When Philip Watts became the Breathitt County School Superintendent, he was ecstatic. He had dedicated his life to that district for the past 15 years. He had grown up in that district, and he had been inspired to get into that vocation by his own coaches and teachers when he was a student in the district, where he made game-winning catches in the 95 and 96 football championships. But this wasn't the 90s anymore. Now, superintendent's a pretty big job. They're managing the whole county school system after all. When he was a student in the 90s, the superintendent would have been focused on things like budgets, administration, regional development. So it came as a bit of a shock to him when he was spending as much as a fifth of his time on a certain something. A certain something that was vacuuming up actual school resources, actual school time. That certain something, of course, was social media related disruptions. The district had been bleeding out far more resources than it had once upon a time, having to help students deal with things such as anxiety, self-harm, and depression, much of which they claim can directly relate back to addictive features purposely put in by companies such as Meta. And the district wasn't hallucinating. Real measurable changes in student flourishing have occurred over the years. Whether that be the tripling in young child suicide rates between 2007 and 2018, or the explosion in hopelessness felt by young girls over the course of the 2010s. Take, for example, a young girl who was involved in an earlier case. Kaylee GM had been sucked into the tobacco-like world of Meta's algorithms since she was 12 years old. Algorithms painstakingly designed to make it difficult for the developing mind to quit. Kaylee was spending as much as 16 hours a day, dealing with sleep loss, suicidal thoughts, and a deep need for therapy. Now, imagine for a moment that you are a school district, and you're not dealing with one Kaylee, but a whole legion of Kaylees, a whole generation. You think that's possible that might affect your resources available? Resources that were originally intended simply for, teaching? Philip Watts certainly thought so, and so did his hometown Kentucky district. Now, Breathitt County itself is a pretty small district. It's a small county in the east of Kentucky. It's rural country, coal mining country, not exactly country club country, against a company that claims over 40% of the human race as daily active users. And yet, when Breathitt County stood up against a Leviathan, it found itself amongst 1,200 other school districts, all across the country, all with similar grievances. In the end, Breathitt County and Meta settled out of court, likely notching a small but real win for the district's mental health programs. Of course, this doesn't solve the actual underlying problems caused by these companies, but those 1,200 other districts all have cases pending. If you want to see where those cases take us, consider subscribing, but most importantly, remember to limit time on your screen, because your life is a life worth living. Have a good day.